Hey, what's up guys? My name is Pete and this is...
I'm Michelle.
And together we run a small business, Fuentes Photo and Video. We like to focus on the couples, so we do engagement shoots, elopements, and weddings.
Yes, and we do photography and videography. Last week we talked a little bit about how we started our business and how we were originally travel bloggers. And today we're going to be talking about what we specifically learned from the travel blog that really help us with our business today.
Awesome. So let's move on to number one, and this is Michelle's department, social media.
Yes, I learned a lot about social media being a travel blogger because that was the whole job pretty much, was going on Instagram, going on Facebook. I learned a lot of different Instagram hacks. I learned how to schedule my Instagram feed like a week in advance, and you can just have it automatically post for you. I learned about Facebook. I learned about Facebook ads, Facebook videos. We used to do a lot of like specific videos just for Facebook. I also learned a lot about Pinterest because Pinterest is an amazing platform to be able to get your readers onto your site. It's the most amazing, and I did really well with Pinterest and I ended up having about 800,000 monthly viewers at one point. It was almost to 1 million. And I learned a lot about Tailwind, which is like a service that you use to put pins out consistently. I also learned how to make pins using a program called Canva. We want to go into all these different things and make like specific videos about all of these things too in the future, and how I've changed everything from travel blogging to fit our business now, being photographers and videographers. But this is just like the breakdown of everything we learned.
Right, and also a reminder that you were able to get us up to 10,000 followers on
Instagram. Yeah, I learned a lot of things about like Instagram pods, like where bloggers help each other out to like grow your accounts. And I did get my account up to 10,000 followers, and I got that coveted swipe up feature in your stories. Really exciting.
Awesome. So yeah guys, number two is for me, it's about photography and videography. I basically learned all I needed to learn about cameras to be able to do the work that I do. So I learned the exposure triangle, I learned about the different kinds of lenses, the different type of f-stops, what f-stops were, just a lot about lighting as well, which is really important. How to set up light properly, how to get like that cinematic look. I learned a lot about like flash photography. I learned differences between different types of cameras, between DSLRs, between point and shoot cameras, between mirrorless cameras, between micro four thirds cameras. I've worked with all those cameras, all those different platforms. I've worked with Nikon, I've worked with Canon, I've worked with Panasonic, Sony. Also learned a little bit about audio with mics and whatnot, some of the mics that I've purchased. And yeah, that's pretty much the laydown of it. You don't really need to know too much to be a decent photographer. I mean, the other things you have to really get down is composition and just, you know, creativity in general, but that's just something that, you know, you either have it or you don't. As well as just posing and proper colors, like for instance, if we're on a shoot, we would want our clients to wear colors that kind of pop versus colors that don't.
Yeah, we learned a lot about that when we were travel bloggers because I was the subject in every single photo, so I learned what to wear in each situation, and we've been able to tell our clients what to wear as well, based on where they're doing their shoot.
Absolutely. Another thing I also learned from travel blogging as well relates to video was just how to color grade the pictures better, how to make them look more cinematic. So that's pretty much it for that. And number three is video editing, and that is something I really worked with a lot. I had to learn first with iMovie, which was my basic software for video editing. Then we moved over to Adobe Premiere Pro, like we previously mentioned in the other video, which I got it in Bali. And I learned over there how to use it, and really just like you don't really ever learn how to fully use Adobe Premiere Pro. The program's huge. You'll never really know how to do everything, so you're constantly learning all the time. And from that, you're still learning.
Yeah.
So from that, you know, you learn how to handle audio. You learn how to handle some effects, some visual effects. You know how to get what's it called? Just how to get letters on the screen, or how to type on the screen while you're filming. What else? How to get like sound effects, specific sound effects, how to match the sound properly in the background. So it's just a large amount of things that you're gonna have to learn anyways if you ever want to learn Adobe Premiere Pro. You have to get into that. So, and another cool thing, like there's just a lot of cool things you could learn. Like a really cool thing that we do is speed ramping, and that's all stuff you could just learn on YouTube. Really, it's nothing complicated. So I just basically forced myself to learn that.
Yeah, he would be video editing every day.
Yeah, edit every day, watch a video. If I wanted to figure out how to do something, watch a video.
Yeah.
Figure it out, play around with it. So
even now, starting our YouTube channel, we realize we need even more skills with our editing that we're learning now.
Yeah, definitely. We've got to up our game a little bit more.
Yeah.
So let's move on to number 4, and that's photo editing. And actually, Michelle handles pretty much all the photo editing. I actually don't really touch it that much.
When I started the blog, I was just using an app to edit all of my photos, and I had like a specific preset in that app. I can't even remember what the app was called. It was one of those like popular apps that you would edit your Instagram photos with. And then actually, I had heard a lot about Lightroom and how good it was, but I had actually like practiced it and it was very complicated to me. So actually, when we went to Bali, a couple of the bloggers helped me go through Lightroom and like taught me everything, and that really helped me. And that's where I really learned how to edit photos, how to adjust the exposure, how to crop to create a good composition in the photos, how to straighten the photos, which is so important. You always want that like horizon line if you're on the beach or something straight, because if it's crooked it just looks weird in the photo. How to adjust skin tones so that they look natural.
Also your Kelvins.
Yeah. Well, the white balance.
The white balancing. Yeah.
I learned all of that in Bali, and I've just been working on it for about 2-3 years now, with all of our shoots. So yeah, I'm the photo editor. We both are the photographers, but when you get your photos back, I'm the one who edited the photos.
Exactly. Alright, so let's move to number 5, and that's website design, and that's kind of a little bit of both. I learned a little bit of HTML, CSS, and all that through school, and a little bit of like just a couple of programming languages, nothing crazy. But Michelle did learn WordPress, and we did design our travel blog through WordPress.
I had bought a course, I think, on how to start a blog, and it said 100,000% you need to use WordPress.org and then have a self-hosted website, because that's the only way that you're actually going to own your own website and not put it on Squarespace or Wix or anything like that. Those companies own your website. With WordPress.org, you own your website, but it also is a lot more complicated. So it took me a couple months to make our website actually, and like I just like watched YouTube tutorials, and that course I believe explains it a little bit. But it literally took the 3 years I worked on my blog. I was constantly changing things on my website and learning new skills about website speed and the size of the images to put on your website.
Just optimization in general.
I learned a little bit of HTML too, like how to certain codes to use like within the website to make things look a certain way. So when we made our website for our business, it was so much easier because I already had all those skills, and I already knew what to do. But thank God I had already made a website, because making a website can be complicated.
Right. Alrighty, so let's move to number 6, and this is also yours, babe. It's email marketing, so go ahead and break it down for them.
Yeah, that was another big thing with blogging, is that you want people to be on your email list. It's really the only way you communicate them one-on-one, not through Instagram, not through Facebook. You're actually like sending them emails that are going directly to their inbox, and you're making sure they see them. So email marketing is very important. And I learned a lot about it. I used ActiveCampaign, which is a website you use to control all your mass emails that you send out and keep track of your email list. It was really good. I really loved it. I was able to create like email systems and all of that.
So let's move on to number 7. Guys, this is SEO, and this is another one of Michelle's departments. Obviously, Michelle started her own travel blog. I just helped her with video and photo.
And photo.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's basically when you Google something, you want to be on that first page of Google. And the way you're on that first page of Google is by targeting specific keywords to make you show up first on Google, because most people only look at the first page. They're not going to go to the second or third page to find the information they need. So there's a lot to SEO. It's a big thing. It's very complicated. There's lots of different things you need to optimize every blog post for SEO, but I learned a lot about it, and it was really important. There's also SEO for Pinterest. So even like if you search on Pinterest, certain keywords, your pins can show up. There's even SEO for YouTube. So using certain keywords in our titles makes us more discoverable on YouTube, makes people be able to find our videos. So it's very important. If you search, what's one of my best blog posts?
Probably the Bali ones. One of the Bali ones.
Oh yeah. So if you search like digital nomad retreat in Bali, Indonesia, my blog post is on the first page.
All right. So let's move on to number 8, and that is writing.
Yes, like copywriting.
Copywriting.
Yeah, so that's important as well, and also writing in your blog post. That's not copywriting. Copywriting is more like when you sell something. That's called copywriting. On my blog posts, it took me a little while. I used to write as if I was like writing an article for school for a while, because I was just like used to that. And Pete would be like, I would ask him, I'm like, does this sound good? And he's like, it seems a little too formal. You gotta have a little bit more fun with your writing.
It's gotta be more conversational.
Yeah, more conversational, more how I would speak in everyday life. So I started writing a little bit more fun in my blog posts, and really helped. I started being more myself in Instagram. It really helped. I think it's very important to know how you write, and write very conversational and very just show your personality in your writing, because that's what people are attracted to.
Alright. Alrighty, and let's move on to number 9, and that's branding. So we learned some of that from Maps and Muses as well. Our logo was like a little plane.
Yeah,
Maps and Muses a little plane.
It just said Maps and Muses.
And the colors were like white and purple.
Yeah, so I had a specific purple color, and I had that color code, and I used it on everything. On my Instagram, on my Facebook videos, on my YouTube videos, on my website, my fonts, like even in my emails, I would have the heading be that same purple. And that's very important to branding. Also, how we were talking about writing is also part of your branding. How are you more of a storyteller? Are you more of a conversational speaker? Are you more funny in your writing? That's part of branding. And it's very important. It's something we're working on right now with our business. I feel like we have a vision for it, but we haven't like landed it yet. But it's something we're working on. We're getting a new logo.
Yeah, we're gonna change it up. Yep, puppy, dog, boo, myself, my wife.
We were so excited about this logo.
And then afterwards we were like, okay, it's a little confusing.
We were like, we have the camera, we have our dog, Jacopo, Pete, and me, and then the world, because traveling is one of our passions, and we do want to eventually specialize in destination weddings. So we were so excited for it, and then about a month passed, and we don't like it anymore. So we are going to rebrand ourselves, and it's something I learned through the travel blog, and it's very important.
Alright, so let's move on to the last one, guys, and the last one is just number 10 is going to be what we learned about ourselves. And yeah, we learned a lot. We broke out of our little shell, out of our little bubble by traveling. Honestly, we got to learn a lot about different cultures and different people and different circumstances that people live under in other countries, you know. And you know, just seeing people living in poverty and people who don't have an amazing social economic status like maybe you could have here in the U.S. made me realize how blessed and lucky we are to live in the United States, or you know, or in just a richer country in general.
And just to see how people had so much less than us, and they were still some of the happiest people we've ever met in our life. just it like changes your brain. It makes you see things in a different way. When I first met Pete, he had never gone out of the country, and I had only ever gone to like Europe and like richer countries. So one of our first trips together was to Thailand, and it just opened up both of our eyes incredibly.
Yeah, it did.
Now we're obsessed with Thai food.
Oh my God, yes.
I dream about the food in Thailand almost every day.
Yeah, I think I had like 15 different types of pad thai when I was like.
And I have 50 different types of curry.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's amazing. So yeah, we learned a lot. Really, it's just like we were saying earlier, it's just a different perspective. Really, is what it gave us. So.
Yeah, and I feel like it's helped us in every aspect of our life and in our business. We've just changed a lot since we've traveled, and that's why we are so passionate about traveling, because it is so important to get out there and see things that are different than your own backyard. Meet people who are different from different cultures. And we live in Miami. We see people from a lot of different cultures. But going to Thailand, going to Indonesia was something like we were not used to at all.
Yeah, it was completely different. Once again, guys, it was a lot of fun to film this. We do really, truly enjoy making these videos for you guys. So please comment, subscribe, like, share, and help us out. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
So, peace out. Peace out. 8-10. That's good. Hi, Devil Dog.
Like and subscribe.
He's normally a pain in the butt, guys. No.
Sweetie.
Oh, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. No. He's very handsome though. He doesn't